Hello, everybody. I haven't posted in a while, and I really wanted to really like kind of like hit the ground running with this vlog, and show people progress. And I apologize to anybody who was really looking forward to it. And I kind of feel like it was time to really update what was going on. Today is October 13th. It's a Saturday, and my last video was a couple weeks ago. So to give everybody an update, things have not been well. Ooh, indigestion. So I hit the trail a couple weeks ago, and I did the Raven Rock Trail up at Cooper's Rock, and I did the Underwood Trail and the Rattlesnake Hill Trail. Like I did a bunch of trails. I hiked about 8 miles in one day, which was kind of an up from what I had really done in mileage recently. When I was in Manassas, I was doing 5.5 a day at the least, and some days I was doing 12. And that was at Manassas National Battlefield Park, uh, which was amazing. I dropped like 20 pounds really quick, and I felt great. I was doing great, despite the fact that for a couple of weeks I had ended up in the emergency room. And then I went to Pennsylvania and I hiked at Ridley Creek State Park a couple times. Did 8.5 miles one day with my niece. If you ever take a 5-year-old niece or 5-year-old little girl on a trail and she's got blinkies, you should be punished. I felt so bad after that. I had to treat her to ice cream. She did great. She was a trooper. Um, but off topic. And I got a little sidetracked when I got here to Morgantown with the start of the semester for school and everything like that. But I still had, maintained a slight exercise regimen. I had been still dieting and dropping weight moderately, not even like moderately. It was less than moderate, but I still had dropped like 5 pounds. And so a couple weeks ago, I hit the Raven Rock Trail after the rain. It was actually gorgeous. I wish I had the video still. Um, when I switched my phone over a couple days ago, it erased the video. I feel really bad, but it was beautiful. The trail had turned into a small creek bed with waterproof boots. I'm steaming down the center of it. It was amazing. It felt great. Um, the Raven Rock Trail is very rocky, so there's little tiny cascades everywhere. It was amazing. But at the end of that day, 8.5 miles, I kind of felt really worn out. Like not like I had before. The next day, worse. And the next day, it was even worse. And I felt bad. Like I felt terrible. And I didn't know if it was because maybe I gotten myself sick or whatnot. And it was a gradual downhill slide for over a week. I was still trying to push myself, but like, if anybody knows anything about West Virginia University and the campus, there is a spot everybody kind of talks about, and it's a staircase over to the Life Sciences building. It's really steep. It leads up to Woodburn Hall, and I actually got to a point where I was able to do that staircase in one shot without stopping. Yes, I was out of breath at the top, but I was feeling very accomplished. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even do it. I was having so many problems, even just doing the first section of the stairs. And it was taking me 20, 30 minutes to get up them. Um, and I guess that was really the first sign of things. I ended up taking the elevator at Brooks Hall a couple days and was having some serious issues moving around. Well, this past Sunday at work, I kind of felt terrible. I was working, I wasn't my normal self. I felt really bad. I got home, I sat down in the chair that I'm sitting down right now. I was talking to my girlfriend, and I felt bad. My chest started burning on the right side. It was moving across very slowly. I suffer from a panic disorder and borderline PTSD, so I figured I was just having a panic disorder. I'd already been at work. I smelled like food. So I took a shower. I got out, and it kept welling up and welling up and welling up and welling up. And it started moving into my neck, started moving to my jaw, started moving into my arm. and I was starting to really get worried. My heart rate was going from 75, and it was spiking to like 160 and down, up and down, up and down. It was really bad. My head started to hurt. And normally when this happens, I'm having a panic attack. Only it's more of a prolonged, like, I'm out of breath. My pulse isn't spiking up and down. This is like something completely different. I go out to the parking lot. I'm standing there. I'm just looking at my Fitbit. I'm checking my own pulse. I can see my heart is pounding through my shirt. And it took about 20 minutes to realize this is not a panic attack. This is something completely different. I don't know what this is. This is painful. It is in my arm. It is in my hand. It is in my jaw, my chest. It's in my stomach. And I made a decision to go to the emergency room. And they admitted me to the hospital after doing so many different things. In the emergency room itself, they were like, we're not gonna tempt fate at this point. They didn't really give me any information to that point. So this was Sunday night. Monday morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I was admitted to the hospital, WVU Medicine. And that's really where this kind of leads to. Monday, about noon, they expressed they find an abnormality with it, a gray area, and they really just didn't know what to do at that point. And I never had a doctor come and talk to me about this. They told me that I was going to be in the hospital for the night. They didn't tell me what. At about 8:15 in the morning, I had a cardiologist come in and talk to me, ask me a bunch of questions. And about 2 o'clock Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, I had another two cardiologists come in. Their cardiac fellow and a cardiologist specialist come in, and they pretty much gave me the option of doing a cardiac cath or getting medication and going home. And I decided not to tempt fate myself, and I have a bandage here. It's kind of healed up a little bit, but I got what is called a cardiac cath, where they take a catheter. They could either go into your groin, and I'll get into that here in a second, or they can go into your wrist. This day, they went into my wrist. Thank fucking God. I'm telling you, I was terrified about the idea of them going into my groin. And it comes back negative, but I'm being given the primary diagnosis of unstable angina. Now, for those who are following me that on Facebook or on Instagram, those who have watched this that know me personally, those that have known me for many years, and some of those that have followed me from the Appalachian Trail site on Facebook know that I want to do the Appalachian Trail for my health and for my soul. Really, I've had a really rough life, and this is like another thing that maybe one day I'll do a video about this. But I started my journey at 432 pounds, and when I went to the hospital the other day, I was 390, and now I'm at 381. But I ended up back in the emergency room as a precaution. I was having weird feelings in my right arm and my chest, and they gave me nitro. And after you get past that first headache, like the first initial that comes with it, I'm gonna tell you right now, nitro's some sweet ass shit. Oh my God, it was delicious. I felt fucking like I could just move a car with my butt cheek. It was great, which was exhilarating considering for 3 days I'm sitting in a hospital room scared out of my mind. I was scared, and I kind of feel like that's natural. If it says you're sitting in a hotel room and they're not scared, they're lying to you. I don't care who you are, how tough you are, how mentally prepared you are for things that are going on in your life. If you are not scared because of the fact that you're sitting in a hospital room, you are lying to yourself. And this is probably the most intense, scariest experience of my life, was sitting in a hospital room knowing how far I had fallen from the tree and how far I've gotten out of control. And I feel like I've made a lot of right decisions as far as my health goes. And I'm actually going to start pushing myself a little bit more, not to a point where it's detrimental, but I'm going to push myself to a point where I'm actually making greater changes. Last night I made ratatouille, low sodium ratatouille, fresh vegetables, everything, nothing bagged, nothing canned, and it's delicious. It's great stuff. But you know, part of this update that I want to give everybody is that the reason why I haven't hit the trail and I haven't really been exercising and I haven't been able to post a video is because I'm I was in a hospital. My message to people is no matter how hard you push yourself, there's always going to be complications, but you can't let it get you down at all. Because I've come out, yes, I'm still scared every night. Last night, it kind of rushed up on me. I'm calling for my roommate. He comes out, he's standing there. I'm checking my pulse, I'm checking my blood pressure. I, I'm going to deduce that it was a moment of pure panic, but I'm more determined than ever to get to where I want to be and to get to where I want to go. Nothing's going to deter me. Nothing's going to sidetrack me. I have an appointment on Tuesday morning and I have an appointment Thursday night. And I'll give another update at the end of this week, but I'm hoping by next week I'm actually able to get out on a trail. But also this means that I have to retire from the restaurant industry after 23 years. It's probably about 15 years past due. And I've accomplished a lot. I've accomplished a lot in my life as far as the restaurant industry goes and my reputation and all this stuff. But it's time to put it up, and it's time to eliminate this environment that is stressful and antagonizing and really, like I tell people all the time, I hear people, my dream is to be a chef, and I tell them it's not everything it's cracked up to be. It is intense, stressful, sometimes traumatic environment that will bombard you on a daily basis for hours upon hours. Which is probably why when I had an old Serbian dude shaving my balls, I didn't panic and I was able to deal with it right like a normal human being, because I'm able to deal with stress like that. And that's true. At first, I had to have my arm shaved and I had to have my groin shaved. And the first person that was a nurse. Her name was McKenna, and she was very nice and she was very playful about it. Not saying that she didn't touch me or anything like that, but she was just like, she made jokes and quips, and she was very nice. Even when she had to move my stomach flap, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going into Narnia." Like, it was funny to me. It was really cool and how she handled the whole situation, and she kind of put me at ease. And then I get into the operating room, and like, and I feel really weird. And this guy, this old Serbian dude, was like, "Oh, she did a good job, so I'm about to finish it." And I'm like, it's fucking weird. And I remember sitting on the table going, I am going to have a really interesting story to tell my therapist tomorrow. And I got to talk to my therapist on Thursday, and there's a lot of problems and a lot of mental issues with me as well. So I have health and mental issues, and that's why I say I'm doing the Appalachian Trail in 2021 for my health, but my soul, because my soul is broken. It is shattered to pieces. And if anybody really wants to call anybody to thank them for that, they can call Carol Badeau or Cashwell, where the fuck she's going by. That is my mother. She is a horrible human being, and I'm not going to get into details about that. But I'm hoping one day she sees this and she goes, fuck, my mom's a horrible human being, and she's the root of all my problems. She loaded the gun. And when I say that, I mean she loaded a gun. She stoked it for years. But there was a girl named Michaela Elliott who pulled the trigger and finished the job my mom started. because for 3 years she abused me. She made me feel like I was less than nothing. She made me feel like I was worthless just as much as everybody else. And she'll say that she tried to build me up, but she never did. She used me. She abused me mentally, emotionally. She lied to me constantly. And she is a horrible human being. A guy named Robert Jones. And I feel bad for him because I feel like he's been suckered in to a relationship that's detrimental to his health. He seems happy. I see the pictures of him all the time because we still have friends and they post stuff. But I feel like she suckered him because she found a guy with a job, and I know that she quit her job for a while, and I know that she's working again, and I don't really care where she's working. All I know is I saw her. She's got some really fucked up green hair, and she looks like a goddamn troll with lots of makeup on. And I think to myself all the time, I dodged the biggest bullet ever, and that bullet keeps getting bigger. Which I shouldn't really say that because I'm fucking listed as morbidly obese. So, anywhere, I'm just going to tell everybody right now that I'm sitting in my chair in my apartment. It is Saturday, October 13th, 2018, and I'm more determined than ever, despite my health issues this past week. I'm not giving up, and I'm not going to surrender, and I'm not going to panic, and I'm always going to carry my towel, and I hope people get that reference. There's more to come, and there's going to be more amazing stuff. I'm planning stuff for the winter, swimming classes, swim aerobics, track walks, elliptical machine, ladder at the gym. I love it, and I'm going to start doing rock climbing, transversing the wall back and forth as a way to tone muscle. I hear it's a great workout, and I can't wait to do this. I've never really been big into rock climbing, but I see it as an opportunity to explore a different realm and to do better things. So, this being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. If you've watched this, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't liked it, please do. And please, please leave comments, give me feedback, and I will respond. Thank you very much.